What can you tell me about the King? What was he like as a boss?
I mean, the King is we talk damn near every day. We're best friends. I learned a hell of a lot working for him and with him and traveling. I mean, he's great, you know. And hey, just because we were best friends, don't think that he took it easy on me, because he didn't.
Right.
You know, he kept me a job and he kept me being used very well. And when they let somebody else come in and try to do the booking and they didn't want to use me in a certain way, he'd make sure I was taken care of in other ways. Referee, work in the office, whatever, be an agent, head of the ring crew. But he was great to me. Now, can I cuss on this, Mike?
Sure.
Okay. And it's funny, there's even a meme about this on the internet. Lawler, like I said, we're best friends. We're like this, you know, like that. I'm not sure nobody thought I was giving the finger. No, we're tight.
Right.
Tight. But for the first, I don't know, 9 or 10 months, I was getting my push. I thought my name was Dumb Motherfucker, because every night I'd come back to the restaurant, and Lawler would say, you think that was good? Yeah, he goes, you dumb motherfucker. But then he would tell me, it wasn't like Bill Dundee who'd call you a dumb motherfucker, just walk away. Lawler would explain to me what I did wrong and what I should do differently or whatever. So I learned from being a dumb motherfucker. So, you know, I ain't gonna cuss no more, because I think that shows a limited vocabulary. But I'm just saying that's what I was called for a long time. That's how I learned.
Right.
You know, remember one night, Lawler was pissed off at me about something, whatever. We were in Nashville. So I remember I walked into the dressing room up there at the old sports arena. I don't remember what it was, but I was like, hey, everybody, I got some great news. And Lawler goes, what's that? You're quitting the business?
Can you explain to the people watching this, who might not understand, if they've never watched Memphis wrestling, how over Jerry Lawler was?
I mean, I can't even explain it. We never had any professional sports teams in Memphis, major league professional teams, up till now, because we have the Grizzlies, NBA team. But before that, for years, other than Memphis State basketball and football and whatnot, which is, you know, collegiate, there was never any major league teams in Memphis. We had the USFL, we had the Canadian Football League, some basketball league that didn't, you know, whatever. Lawler was the only home team in Memphis. He was our home team, you know, for everybody here in Memphis. And as far as being over, I mean, it's unbelievable how over he was. And I'll say this, even on top of that, I mean, he was always, no matter what, he was the man in Memphis, and still is, even though there's not a territory anymore. But our TV was so strong, it outrated locally in the Memphis viewing area. Roseanne, Magnum PI, The Cosby Show, whatever the main shows were on at the time. And I've told this to other people, and if they don't know me very well, they think I'm lying. Well, I'm not lying, because I'm not bragging on myself. I'm saying God's honest truth. I've said this before. I know on a local level what Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt and you name whatever star you want goes through on a national and worldwide level. You know, but you get me 300 miles outside of Memphis, they didn't know who the hell I was. But around Memphis, I swear to God, in the mid-'80s, early to mid-'80s, late 80s, I couldn't go anywhere. I mean, literally, I couldn't go eat. I couldn't go to a beer joint, unless it was a local one where I'm friends with everybody. Nothing, because people would surround you. I mean, it was like, they didn't necessarily want to fight or nothing. They just wanted to meet you and whatever. And people would just surround you. It was that, the TV, and I'm not saying that I was so great. I'm saying the TV was so strong. I couldn't go anywhere. I mean, I was just surrounded. One time I was at the Burger King on Cleveland Street in Memphis. I was getting some tires at the old Delta Tire on Cleveland Street in Midtown Memphis. The guy goes, well, it'll be about another hour or so before it can get to you. There was a Burger King there. So I walked next door to get something to eat. About that time, a bunch of little kids came in. A school bus had them on a field trip or something to the Memphis Zoo, and I guess they were stopping there on the way back. They actually had to call the Memphis police in. I mean, they weren't trying to, you know, there was young kids, but it was such a quiet thing. Other customers couldn't get in. People were going crazy. So that, yeah, Lawler was the most over, period, no doubt. But all of us from that level on down, that were being featured. That's how it was. It was unreal. It was like we had lightning in a bottle. It was unreal. I can't even. People that don't understand about territories don't realize just how hot that was. It was unreal.
You were drawing crowds to the same building every week that places these days can't draw once a quarter. It's right. I mean, you guys, what was Monday night? What were you drawing, like 10,000 people?
Yeah, I mean, not every. I ain't gonna sit there and lie. It wasn't every single Monday night it was packed out, but a lot of the times it was. And even when it wasn't, it was a good house, you know. Yeah, and we were in Memphis every Monday, Louisville every Tuesday, Evansville every Wednesday. Thursday would either be a spot show or Lexington, Kentucky. Friday was a spot show. Saturday was Memphis TV, Saturday morning, live. And then Saturday night was Nashville at the sports arena. Sunday was either Jackson, Tennessee, and sometimes Lexington, Kentucky on a Sunday too, or an off day, or occasionally a spot show. But we stayed busy, man.